Okay. Hello again. We are charting the higher octave with the prolific ethereal duo from Montreal called Sue, S-U. Stands for Sarah, the S, the U, Ursa. And welcome back on the show, guys. Good to have you guys.
Thank you so
Hi.
much for
Mhm.
having us. We're so happy to be
Yes.
here.
Yeah,
Yes.
the first interview was 2 years ago, and I just love that interview. I love talking to you guys and just seeing how your journey, how far you've come from that early time to now, and then now
It's been a journey.
from all the symbolism with the spiders, the spider image, that logo you guys have that I really liked. And now you're releasing, is that called an EP?
Kind of like a
I
single. I don't
I've
know.
been calling it a dual single,
Yeah,
but
I like that. Yeah,
And
it's
whatever.
not
So,
an album.
no.
not yet, right?
No. I do it like a single with an A side and then a B side, but
Yeah.
we're not doing that
Actually, it's
anymore.
a
So
double A side.
a
It,
Yeah.
double A side.
yeah.
Oh, double A side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're releasing this on February 12th, which is the full moon in Leo.
Hmm.
Um, is
Yes.
there a particular reason why you guys want to release it on that date?
Well, there's like a whole cycle thing with the moon, so it feels great to put a release out on the full moon because it
Hmm.
really feels like you're ending that cycle and then starting a new one.
Hmm.
It's true.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And such a beautiful, two beautiful tracks. I mean, they really are. Yeah, do you want to talk about it?
Well, so the web is it was the first song we wrote like 8 years ago now, I guess.
Mhm.
Um yeah. And we started because we always played like the original version live, and then eventually we wanted something because we play a lot of different events, the very different vibes. So we wanted a version that was denser, and also we because last year we released a cover of Smothered Hope, and
Yes.
so we wanted like a song that because it's a little Smothered Hope is more up tempo than what we usually play. So we decided to make that version of the web to kind of go with it, so that we'd have like something a little more complete, like a transition between our songs and that song. And then we wanted a companion for that, and so we wrote Arachnid, and they kind of the theme also goes together. Like initially, like there's like the whole spider thing, but there's also something about like creativity and like manifesting and magic in
Hmm.
some
Yeah.
ways also. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really representative of how far we've come. Like as you mentioned earlier, kind of it's like two sides of of the journey, which is obviously still just beginning, but we've completed like a big cycle and we're continuing now. So it's a really nice little kind of like spiritual bookend to that,
Yeah.
I find.
And spiders, they're master weavers. They plan things. It's a symbol of creativity,
Mhm.
putting your work together, and they're master weavers. They plan strategically before they attack, but in a way that's like being creative and creating and forming your passion and putting it together and then going for it. And that's what you guys been doing all this time together.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I love that title of that song because it's symbolic of it's Greek mythology too, right? Arachne. That the Greek I guess she was transformed into a spider by Athena. That Athena? I think so. Yeah, Athena.
I don't
Yeah.
remember, but I remember the name very much so.
No, that's great. I mean,
Yeah.
the two tracks were mixed and mastered by Justin Bennett. So maybe
Yes.
you can talk a
Yes.
little bit about how you collaborated with. So he is a drummer and composer, and he plays live music with the band. Skinny. I think Skinny Puppy. He's toured with them, and I think Peter Murphy as well.
And my life with the Thrill Kill Cult
Yeah,
also.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very
Um,
important.
well, I don't know, like it all started, I guess last year I went to see Skinny Puppy in Vancouver.
Oh, wow.
And so I joined the Skinny Puppy group on Facebook. And because of that, eventually, because I was making a lot of friends in that community, he came up like in my friend suggestions, and he kept coming back, and then eventually I just added him.
She dared to
I was
click.
like, that guy looks cool. I'm just gonna add him. And turns out he is really cool guy. Like he was always very sweet. Like when we posted, like someone posted the Smothered Hope cover on the Skinny Puppy group, and he was like, "Oh, Sue is awesome." They were like, he was always very supportive.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And eventually, I went to see, because he has like a bunch of projects, also his own projects, because he writes music. And I found Ket Vector, which is I think his main like
Band.
project where he writes, and I was mind blown. It's so good. It's really good. And he also does the mixing and mastering on top of the production, and also like some of the composition in that project. So eventually I was like, I really like what you do. So would you like want to mix for us? And he said yes. So that's how it happened.
Exactly. And honestly, it's something that we have thought about having done by somebody else many times throughout the years. It's something we want to be able to do ourselves because it's empowering and it forces us to learn and grow, and because it's a whole thing, mixing and mastering. It's not at all the same as creating the music. It's a
No.
completely different hat you have to put on and a lot of
Yeah.
other knowledge. But it's like we never really found anybody that we felt kind of comfortable, to hand our music over to, that not because like they wouldn't be good, but because maybe we feel like they wouldn't have gotten it, or like maybe wouldn't have been able to bring forward the things and the vibes that we want. And so when we found him, we were like, this is our person, and we
Yeah.
couldn't be happier.
Because his project is very ambient and
Mhm.
experimental, and it has a little bit of like trip up vibes also. And but he also obviously understands like industrial and other influences that we have,
Mhm.
so because we have like very, it feels like we have very similar backgrounds in terms of like influences and stuff. So like, yeah, we
Yeah.
really felt like, yeah, he would be the right person to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
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 you
he
we're
is.
know that.
very happy with
He
what he
was.
did.
He
Yeah,
is.
he was. He is the
I
right
know,
person.
Yeah.
great song. I really love Arachnid. It's so
Mhm.
beautiful. I
Thank
played on the radio yesterday, and just making that full blast in the studio, and you can hear the actual doom doom, the bass line. So great. I love that doom doom. It's like a heartbeat pounding, and
you. Hmm.
I just suggest, saying that a lot of dancers would dance to that song, whether they're belly dancers or performers. Such a great
I'd
Hmm.
be
song.
happy to see them dance on our
We would love
song.
that.
We always well, our next show is, there's no, Arachnid is not in it, but our next, well, maybe not our next show, but the next show we have planned so far is a
Yeah.
collaboration. I take pole classes and sometimes burlesque
Yeah,
classes,
yeah, I saw that one.
and so my school, the school where I take my classes, is collaborating with us on a showcase where all the dancers are going to dance on our songs or like covers we've done of
Hmm.
other songs, and that's going to be great. We love that. We love bringing all kinds of different arts together and like
Yes.
creating like a whole universe, not just the music, like projections,
Oh yeah.
dancers, decors.
It's our dream. And we do what we can with every show, depending on how much freedom we have, how long we're playing, the size of the stage. We always bring everything we can to try to make it as complete and as immersive as possible. But it's the best is when we can have, the entire show kind of to ourselves. And especially if we can find collaborators like Peyton, the owner of the dance school. She has collaborated with us twice. Well, we've done two things kind of with her and her students, and it's like so enriching because then it's really, we get to bring so much more forward when we can bring other people in with their skills, and it's amazing. I'm so excited. It's going to be fun.
So you guys are based on where are you? Are you guys both in the same place? Same city?
Yes. Yes. Well, I live outside the city now, but we're based in Montreal, Canada.
Yeah, and
That's where our jam studio
Country
is.
gal now. But yeah, that's where our studio is.
so Sarah, I know that you play the piano, right? The
Yeah.
keyboard and classically trained, right? I remember.
Yes, but only until the sixth grade. So I didn't get that far, but I was good. I was good for that time. If I'd continued, I would have gotten really good. But I can definitely play.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then Ursa, I know you play the flute as well, right? And the bass.
I do. The flute was my first instrument.
Mhm.
But we both play a lot. Like she's a trained percussionist, actually.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I have taken some guitar classes for a while. I'm not a great guitarist, but that's one of the instruments that I play. And I also took piano lessons in school because when you study singing, you need to also study a harmonic uh, instrument to be able to like accompany
A
yourself.
company, yeah. Yeah.
Losing my English.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I know when you guys collaborated on that, when you guys did that cover of that Skinny Puppy, Smothered Hope, that was for a fundraiser to help
Yes.
Levy
Mhm.
Yeah,
called Retronomicon. I have
Yeah.
to do that. I can
exactly.
pronounce that slowly. Retro.
Yeah. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
No.
If you go say it too fast, it might come out wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I played that too quite a bit. It was a
Nice.
yeah. Thank you for thinking about me. So now I know you guys released your first French language EP.
We did
Yeah.
Yeah.
in May no, June, beginning of June
June.
last year.
Yeah.
The launch was in May, but the release was in June.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know
the
why.
show launch.
Yeah.
So both
I
of
know
you,
why.
so both of you,
Right. I remember now. Sorry.
so both of you guys speak French.
Yeah.
It is our first language,
Oh
Mhm.
yes.
wow. So how is it writing in French and then singing it? I mean, is it easier for you guys to do it in French or English?
It's
Yeah.
I mean,
You take it away. Say what you got to say. I'll complete.
that was a very French reaction, I feel. It's very different. It's like, here in Quebec, there's a big thing between French and English, like, because it's been going on for hundreds of years,
The whole
basically.
time. Yeah.
And sometimes you kind of have to explain it, especially if you're French speaking, you have to justify why you use English in your art sometimes.
Mhm.
And the way I always described it is, for me, it's like two different instruments. It's like you can't tell someone, why did you take an electric guitar instead of a acoustic guitar? They're not the same. You can't, like, I mean, you could play the same notes, but it's not gonna put the same message out.
Mhm.
So for me, they're just very different instruments. So you really have to approach it differently.
Mhm.
Um, French is very good for like super metaphorical stuff. I feel like when you try to be more, uh, if you try to write too obvious things, sometimes it sounds a little cheesy. I find
Mhm.
that in English it's easier. In English you can sort of do both, but French
Mhm.
is better for metaphors, I find, for us anyway. I mean, some artists can do that, but I think for our style it's better to go like very like visual, like make images of what you're trying to
Yeah.
say, like trying to create a universe instead of like saying obvious things.
Yeah. And we're not the kind of people that necessarily say that much obvious stuff in our songs,
No.
but it's definitely more expanded, like even more zoomed out, I think, in French. Well, now we know that because we made a whole EP.
So
And it
do
was a
you,
Yeah.
really fun experience. Also learning how to sing it because it's completely different sounds. So,
yeah.
like the vowel forming and how to make it sound authentic and also like us, but not like affected. And it was fun. We'll do it again.
Beautiful language. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you guys, when you guys talk to each other, do you talk in English or French?
It's a
Yes.
mixture. Yes. It's in and out. We
We
have 14,785 voice notes, and you'll find that they really go in and out constantly within the same sentence. It got really jumbled at some point. So it's
We
fun though
speak,
because you get to be very precise with what you want to say.
yeah, Franglish. Franglish is what we
Franglish, yeah.
speak.
yeah, because Sarah, you don't have an accent.
I
Like
have a little bit of an accent, but it's not as noticeable as it used to be. I've kind of like beaten it out of myself with the time.
but then your first language was French.
French, yeah. But my mom is from the English part of Canada, so her first language is English. So I have that really helps me.
Oh.
I was around English people more growing up than most people in Quebec that didn't have English family members.
And then
So it was helpful.
Ursa, yours is your first language was French, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I always liked learning languages. Like from a very young age, I knew I really wanted to learn English and I wanted to be bilingual. And it was like, it seemed impossible. I remember feeling that when I was like a teen, that I would never get there. But then when I moved to Montreal, Montreal is a lot because I'm not from Montreal. I'm from a small town, and there were no Anglos there, or
Mhm.
like almost none. So I would be very good at reading, at writing, but my conversation skills were bad. But then I moved to Montreal, and I had an Australian roommate that did not understand much French, so I had to communicate in English with him, and that really helped. And then I started working in like service, so that also really helped
Hmm.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you guys have a theme together, which is the spider, right? Because you have that logo, and spiders are linked to like feminine energy, right? I mean the spider. I mean spiders are wonderful. I'm a vampire, but I love spiders. Okay, but
Vampires are also great.
We love vampires and spiders.
I love spiders. Yeah, it's really funny when I played your song yesterday. I go, I love spiders, and then I start.
They're great. They're so cool.
Yeah, I
They
mean
really are.
they're the web of life, right? That's what they're called. They're
Hmm.
spiders are the symbols of the great mother, right? The weaver,
Hmm.
the creator, the creation. So, did you guys always have when you guys met? Did you have that? Did you both say, "Oh yeah, we love spiders. We have that connection to that."
Yes and no. Like it wasn't the main reason, but I feel like Ursa's going to explain it better why. Take it away. I can also do it.
Yeah, you can go.
No, but it's not going to be good. That's why I'm trying to hand it over to you. I'll add my 2 cents.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that like our that's it, our first EP was called The Web.
Hmm.
And from the beginning, like our first logo was similar, like it was the S and the U, but it was me that made it, and I do not draw very well. So it was just like one little
It's like a little
uh,
thread with a little spider in
yeah,
it.
with
Yeah.
just a little spider at the bottom.
Yeah.
And eventually we got a better one made by my tattoo artist.
Hmm.
F is the key.
Yeah.
And but yeah, like I think that it's big that like we went for the spider, we chose the name, and then we looked at different meanings that it had in a lot of different languages, and we found that there was a connection to spiders with the name Sue, and then we were like, well, we can go
Oh,
for spiders. We really like
Yeah.
we really like that symbol because yeah, like it's creation and they're just incredible beings.
Yes. And
Yeah.
misunderstood by a lot of people.
Yes.
And they represent like darkness and creepiness also in a lot of pop
Yeah, I
culture
know.
stuff
Yeah,
that we
I know
see. And
exactly.
so it was just like
Mhm.
all of that was really inspiring, and it's a cool logo, and we just ran with it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much connection to spiders, not just about your, like you said, right? It's associated with like Halloween and dark, that kind of the black. But there's more to it than that. Is symbolic of many cultures. They look at
Yeah.
spiders something more than that, not just the darkness. So that's something. That's why I wanted to explore that further because people just have
Yeah.
like
We
Frankenstein.
like yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we like something that can be both spiritual and spooky. Like,
Hmm.
Of
you know,
course,
that
you
so
got
that's yeah.
Big fans.
Yeah.
gotta have the spooky side too, right? The dark side.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's deeper and deeper.
Hmm.
So your videos, I know, is another important thing here because it's created. Tell me about your video, Jordan Dorey, who created the music video.
Yeah, we're gonna film a video for Arachnid in 15 days.
Oh my
Oh,
It's
God.
okay.
very exciting. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
We're very excited. Like Jordan was he's been our photographer for a long time. I think the first time we worked with him was in 2019 or something. But
Yeah.
then he's from France and he moved here. But then during the pandemic, he was kind of sent back to France. So we couldn't work with him during that time. But then he came back and we were like, well, first he's also a friend. So we were just happy to have our friend back, but also a great collaborator because I think he understands our visual identity very well. But it's the first time we do a video with him. But I know he's very good at filming because he does a lot of video editing and stuff that I have seen. Like he has his channel on YouTube where he vlogs about his traveling experiences and also about photography and all that. And his editing is always very, very great. So I cannot wait to see what the result is going to be for that because I think it's going to be very cool. And we also have a dancer that is going to be in the video as well. That
Oh,
is one of my teachers.
Hmm.
So
oh,
that's going to be great.
I'm really excited for this one. We've
Yes.
only
oh,
ever made one other real like music video, and it was really fun to have that come to life, and I'm really excited for this next one.
Yeah,
yeah.
because at the beginning we wanted to have like our goal at the beginning was to have a video for each song,
Yeah.
but
You
it's
know.
a very big ambition,
I know.
especially when you're starting off.
Yeah, and you don't know anyone and you don't have any money. It's like, yeah, it gets complicated, but the more we can do, the happier we'll be, and especially now we're starting to have like more of a network and
Yeah, a
so
web.
more opportunities, and it's exciting.
Yeah, no, that's great. I see you guys like playing together in different venues and yeah, are you guys like gonna be planning any live thing in the future? I guess after this project or the
Well, that's it. There's the show with the circus that is going to be in April.
Hmm.
And after that, we have a couple of things that we can't talk about yet that are in
okay.
the
Good thing.
works, like in the summer. And we're also, we don't have a date yet, but we're also planning a big show like more towards the end of the year. That
Oh,
is going
Yeah.
to be like we'd like to produce one big show ourselves every year, ideally, where we can really go all out with decors and like performers and all of that.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I have like a big vision for like costumes and stuff for this one. And I have a lot of time to prepare. So I have to
Yeah.
start
No
now if I want.
excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's exciting.
so I would love to see you guys in the US sometime,
Yeah.
We would love to if
We
they'll
would
let
love to.
us
Yeah, if they let us
let us in
in.
and they don't charge us $18 million.
Yeah, that would be great. But no, we would love to come to the US. It's always a bit like, complicated with visas and, traveling with your gear, but it's definitely something we want to do in the not so distant future because it's so close by and it's
I
just
know, yeah.
an amazing pool of new places to go visit and get to experience and network with some other bands. And we do know some people that are willing to, book us.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
so
good. Yeah.
someday.
It'd be great. I mean, or, I would have to fly over there.
Yeah. Well, we'd love to come to Hawaii.
I know. Yeah. Well, it's an ocean away.
Yeah.
I always say Hawaii is so far, I mean, it's farther. I mean, it's close to San Francisco and those kind of things, but
Mhm.
still an ocean away. But in a way, I feel great here because it's away from all the chaos that's happening
Yeah.
in other parts of the US. But
Hmm.
yeah, other than that, well, I'm looking forward to the release February 12, which is on the full moon in Leo,
Hmm.
which is I'm looking at my chart where Leo is for me. Leo's in my 10th house, which is so yeah, so I was just before we started the interview, I was just mentioning that when I wanted to do an astrological reading on the music and the astrology of your music and your synastry, your collaboration together. So,
I
well,
love that so much.
Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember the first interview I was just talking about how you rarely see two women, forming a band together. I mean, it has been done. I mean, there's several of them, right? Of course,
Hmm.
but it's not common, right? There's sometimes they're with a group or alone, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's called a synastry when you have a connection with someone, and and then of course everybody you've collaborated with also are connected to you. And how I met Ursa is from Martin Sane, and he obviously you're friends, and so we all form this connection, right? And they're all you can see that in the chart, in the
Mm.
synastry of people. Like I'm probably I could see that I'm connected to you guys too, just by knowing a little bit about you. I mean, I haven't seen your chart, but just I mean, if you don't mind me saying, Sarah, you're a Sagittarius, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah, and
am.
I'm a Sagittarius sun as well, but I
Nice.
have a Sagittarius is also on my south node.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which is that's where you're coming from. I no, there's a thing with like the
past life.
symbolism of the
Yeah,
nodes. Yeah, past life.
yeah,
Okay.
past,
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And Ursa is a Sagittarius moon.
yeah, yeah. That's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sagittarius moon loves
Nice.
Sagittarius sun.
Yeah.
That's why
Wow.
you guys are. That's why you guys are harmonious together.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it also depends on where the houses are. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to do that, and excited to release this as well. And congratulations on this new project. It's a beautiful song, Arachnid.
Hmm.
I gotta pronounce that Arachnid. And
You're doing great.
the web point now, why is it called Web 2.0? Is that because it was done before?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
the new version. We didn't want to call it a remix because it's not really a remix, and we did it. We reimagined it. So
Okay.
2.0 sounds it seemed like the right title.
Yeah, but we hesitated. We didn't know what to call it. It had a lot of funny names, and then
I
we
don't think it
decided on
really
2.0.
I don't think it really had a name until we had to send it to
Yeah,
Justin.
exactly. We're
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
And then
Yeah.
this is like what do you call that? Companion songs. What do you call it? Right? The
I
companion song.
like that. A
Yeah.
companion song to Arachnid.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I love the cover, the picture of you guys with it looks like a it looks very Neptunian. It's really beautiful.
It's true. But see, that was Jordan.
Yeah,
So
that
it's
was
with him
him.
we're working for the video. So you
Mhm.
can tell already that it's gonna look great.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's great. The colors, everything. Yeah, congratulations again. And I'm looking forward to the release date, February 12th. And then you have a listening party on February 5th on Bandcamp. If people
Hmm.
want to check that
Yes.
out.
Yeah, if people want to come and hang out with us for you know, a couple songs and chat. We're going to be there
Yeah,
at
we're gonna
5:30
do
Eastern
a
time.
yeah, we're gonna do a Facebook Live or
And
Instagram Live.
yeah, or both.
And yeah, probably both.
Yeah,
Okay.
both. Awesome.
All right. Okay. Well, if somebody wanted to reach out to you guys, what would be the best way? I know you have a YouTube channel, an Instagram
Yeah.
page, and the Bandcamp page, right?
And an email, but it may be less exciting. I think Ursa is our official social media consultant slash expert, so she can tell you where's the best way to reach us.
Yeah.
I
And
think
Sarah,
Instagram's
Instagram.
probably the best, but
Yeah.
any one of those will. It's just the messages on Facebook sometimes I don't get notifications for them for some reason. I get
no,
notifications that I received a message on Instagram, on Facebook, but on
Mm.
Facebook for my business, I don't
Yeah.
always receive the notification. So sometimes I always go look just to make sure, but sometimes it can take more time because I don't get the
I know. I
notifications.
mean,
So
It's the business suite. It's
yeah,
weird.
it's so annoying.
It doesn't
I
work
really
very
hate it.
well.
yeah, the algorithm of Facebook is really weird. Sometimes I post something and then hardly, not that many people see it, and I don't know what to do about it. So I have a personal page which you guys are, which Ursa. I don't know if Sarah, you're on Facebook.
I
Okay.
am on
Oh,
Facebook. Yeah, I should go
okay.
find
Oh, okay.
you.
Yeah. So and then I have a fan page, Nocturna Remix, and I have DJ Nocturna. So there's different ones, and sometimes I get some messages on the other pages, but I don't really look there, So it's kind of, I don't know. I don't get the announcement or whatever. But yeah, it's crazy like that. But anyway, the Instagram is better for me.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's more simple.
yeah, it's simple, right? Right.
Mhm.
Well, excited for you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm sure I'll see you guys again, and we'll talk more about your next project, and then maybe I'll be saying, "Oh, you guys have been doing this now for 30, what, like how many, 3 decades?"
I hope so.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us and for your
Yes.
support. We were so grateful, and this was really fun.
yeah, and I'll put
Yeah.
the link on the page. Thank you very much. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
Okay.
you.